much more panel segments than casting.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a lot easier to learn from those, whereas, you know, every game's different, and just kind of let things happen, let things flow.
And that's what's great about Dota. Every game is different, and this game is no different to that. God damn it. I was like, all right, time to do the amp up into our game 3, and then a pause. Fortunately, it's just for binds. No more reconnecting or anything. We should be good. Just got to fix our key binds.
So I was looking at OG 1 win 2 losses, and HellRaisers 2 wins 2 losses. So
what the f just happened?
And OG has lost to.
They lost to both CIS teams, Fly to Moon and VP Prodigy.
Yeah,
the 2 teams we saw earlier today.
Meanwhile, HellRaisers, they have lost to Alliance and Virtus Pro Prodigy, so those are 2 tough opponents, and their wins were against Fly to Moon and Cyber Legacy as well. So.
It's weird because it's not like, to me, there's like you haven't played this team, you've got a hard match ahead. I think there's like 7 even teams, and then there's Winstrike. No offense to Winstrike, they've just been kind of the free win for most people so far. They've looked like the weakest team. So
I definitely put, for me anyway, the 3 that I put up a little bit more on the pedestal is if you beat VP Prodigy, Ninjas the Pajamas, and Alliance.
Okay.
Those are the 3 that are like, okay, maybe those are tougher opponents. Just because OG hasn't like quite solidified that they're a super tough opponent, since they're having a losing record right now.
Yeah, I think for sure, totally agree with those teams. I mean, VPP's record lately has been fantastic. Alliances, you know, their alliance, they've been a tier 1 team in Europe for a while now.
Do you think Winstrike's gonna walk away with a win, or are they just gonna go the old 0-7?
I think there's a good chance 0-7.
So they've got 3 more opportunities to get a W here. Technically, they're still in it. They could still, with a tiebreaker, make their way to playoffs. But it's Fly to Moon, HellRaisers, and Virtus Pro Prodigy.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. These CIS versus CIS matchups, like sometimes they just know each other so well, the games can go these kind of wonky ways. Maybe that'll be the one loss VP Prodigy gets, you know? That's what like Secret's doing over in Group A. They're crushing everyone. They 2-0'd Viking GG today, but meanwhile, they're losing to Team Unique, who aren't a weak team by any means, but they were a team without a win before that.
And they got a couple wins at LA, but they were definitely, if I recall, they were not one of the teams vying for an actual playoff spot.
Yeah. I think we cast a few of their games. Like, they would win a game here or there, and they took a lot of series to Game 3 and would lose Game 3, if I recall correctly. But we were never, like, blown away by their performances, but they also looked reasonably solid.
All right, Game 3, HellRaisers and OG. If OG lose this, will put them 1-3 and be in big danger of not making top 4 to head into the playoffs. HellRaisers 2-2. This would solidify a winning record for them in the group stage and position themselves quite nicely, seeing as they've already faced some tougher opponents.
A lot of lane swapping going on here. Funnick running across from top to bottom, then TP's top. Lycan was going to run bottom, ends up TPing. So their TPs are on cooldown. They TP'd kind of in fog, but you can still click enemy heroes. And they should realize that if they want to swap their lanes on the OG side, they can do so by TPing. But not sure they're as fussed about these lanes.
Yeah, it feels like you've probably got an okay setup no matter what.
Yeah. Notel is going to need to help mid-1 out to secure his lane. The Poshko Witch Doctor, one of the better zoning 5s, but at the same time, not a zoning 5 that, I mean, it can deal well with the treants with the cast for sure, but a Blightstone Nature's Prophet does hit pretty hard.
Okay, they got it back, so Sand King will be matched into the Timbersaw. Probably the best way to deal with this Timbersaw, seeing as Naga Siren doesn't do anything to him. Still, it is, I think, hard for Sand King. If you get a sentry down, he just walks into you and does Whirling Death, forces you out of your Sandstorm. I wonder if mid-1, what route is he going to go on the Sand King? Because I've seen all 3 different builds of late, with Sand King coming up into prominence more and more.
Do you think the going for more points in Caustic is viable?
I think it is viable in like really extreme scenarios where there is one like specific hero matchup, or like your 2-on-2 is really favorable for you having Caustic Finale. Like if you're matched up against 2 melee heroes and maybe there's like one of them's Lycan, so the summon you can proc Caustic off of or something. I think it's like really rare that that's the move. That's me personally, anyway.
He started with it level 1, but like you say, probably see him maybe veer off, get some points elsewhere. So it will be Shaker roaming around, poking at the mid lane. Thompson getting pressured early on, playing this Void Spirit versus Leshrac matchup, but getting some good CS towards what looks to be a fast bottle. So very early bottle on the Void Spirit here. Thompson able to get that before needing to bring out any additional regen.
(12-2), so our Leshrac already off to a good start. We're going to pay close attention to this mid lane because it does feel like this is where make or break is going to happen for OG. Thompson needs to get off to a good start.
Yeah, this really looks like two farming side lanes where both teams are going to farm in their side lanes and there isn't much killing action. Witch Doctor has Voodoo Restoration, so that kind of says it all.
Yeah, Voodoo Restoration with a Lycan? That sounds impossible to pressure.
Yeah. They're just going to shrug off any damage. So it's really like the Shaker rotations around mid lane that could potentially set up kills. But even there, it's less about kills. It's going to be more about rune control, the regen battle. So if you can use that fissure to like cancel regen or something, can be really nice. He baits out. He's just baiting out spells in the mid lane, forces a dissimulate so that he doesn't get fissure blocked in, and these kind of small plays to just force out HP and mana regen is kind of how you win this mid lane at this point.
Yeah, when it comes to the rotations, like if it becomes a roaming game, then surely that's got to be more value for HellRaisers, right? I feel like Earthshaker is a better rotating hero than Rubik.
Yeah, I think Shaker's more content being just like level 1, level 2 at 6-7 minutes in the game. He doesn't really care about his level 6 timing anywhere near as much. He knows that eventually one of his cores, probably the Lycan, is going to go jungle, and he's going to get a solo lane to farm his Blink Dagger. While Rubik generally is picked for the laning stage with Fade Bolt. 4-minute runes. It goes top. Everybody was camping bottom. Oh, and Thompson, he's going to be happy about that.
Yeah, he's in the best position to run that down, refill his bottle. Roger tries to run for it. Does block him in. The Dissimulate puts Thompson ahead, though, and bottles it up.
Yeah, that was close. We'll see if those 5-minute bounty... It's always exciting because the bounties come just a minute after the first power rune. So there's that like, okay, first rune who's going to get it? And if you don't get it, then it's like, okay, they need a bounty rune now. Are they going to get a bounty rune? Because it feels like Saxa is already positioning aggressively to contest those top bounty runes.
Funnick finally brought himself a sentry, and he has soul rings, so he is going to try and pressure mid one out of those sandstorms from now on.
Saxa tried to snipe the courier top, even though it was flying. You can maybe still do so with some right clicks. He won't get the chance to do so. Here we go. Bounty runes coming up, and it seems like Saxa is going to be able to secure both top bounty runes.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, he saw Kasani not even moving off the lane, so he was able to go grab the top river one first even.
Oh no! No Tail did not micro his Treant that was right next to the bounty rune. He could have denied one of them away from Roger. So it would have been a 2-for-1.
So 2 for 2 in the end. Leshrac isn't struggling without the rune refills. His full health, plenty of mana. Yeah, mid one has gone back for the max sandstorm, but struggling with the harass.
Oh, big kill! Rotation into mid lane does catch Kasani for the first blood. At 5.5 minutes in, we finally see it with 2 supports catching out that mid laner. HellRaisers responding kind. The first blood was almost caught onto mid one earlier. Funnick finally does secure the kill, though. Funny part is he doesn't have a... Oh, no, he does have a sentry there. Never mind. He brought plenty of them to lane.
Yeah, mid one buys a sentry of his own to try and control that vision battle, and this time around the rune battle is not won by anyone, really. HellRaisers deny it from Thompson. The Shaker picks it up. Not a hero that's going to use this Arcane Rune really for anything at all, but the big thing is not letting Thompson get runes. And I think for Leshrac, you're very susceptible to these ganks now. The 2 supports of OG camping your lane means he just wants to hug and play at his tower. Midone cannot afford to die. He just TP'd in the lane. A death here would be catastrophic.
He pops the dust. There goes the epicenter. Funnick a little bit scared that this is going to be too much burst damage, and it's close, but he pops the Fairy Fire, and now he's in the advantage if he had any mana to work with, but he doesn't. So Saxa coming in from behind. Funnick still letting some of his regen go to work. He's going to try and stop mid one. Maybe catch him with the Burrow Strike turnaround. Do they have enough? Funnick running out of damage. Pops. Was that him popping the Soul Ring? It was, right?
Yeah. He could have lived there for sure without that Soul Ring.
He got greedy.
Yeah,
he wanted the kill.
He wanted to maybe trade his life there, which even that, I think it's fine if you give Rubik a lot of XP if he dies. So just staying alive. He had a Tengu, which he didn't actually use. He chopped down the trees so he couldn't. I think when you're that level 7 Timbersaw, the biggest thing to do is just stay alive.
Yeah, for sure. Curious play. Funnick, though. He's had his lane screwed up a couple times, but still bounced back fine. Going later on to the mid game. Now the Dust goes out, does catch mid one. Slowing him down with the Chakram, the pullback at the last second. Doesn't actually get that extra damage. Mid one walked out of it in time, and thanks to the fact he's got Tranquil Boots, he might just be able to run this out, but no, slowed down again. Great placement from Funnick. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Song being used by Sumail to dodge this gank, as the Witch Doctor wrapped in from the side, and the Lycan popped his ultimate.
I guess he was saving his support there?
Yeah, good.
Sure. I think Nyx was probably using Shapeshift to try and kill No-Tail, or I'm not. Yeah, maybe he was actually trying to kill Sumail. But yeah, Sumail full health, didn't even. No one came close to dying in that bottom lane. Everyone was just full health. So.
Yeah, I feel it'd be very hard to kill Sumail without like high levels of Maledict, and they've only got one level of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a juicy stack. Look at that. My oh my. Hello.
Managed to get his way in here. Somewhat undetected. A nice observer behind the tier 1 mid tower was planted earlier, but that did not scout out the fact that all those stacks were there.
Roger. He's trying to protect the tower while the last track resets, but the pressure comes thick and fast from OG. They take the kill on Roger. Immediately start lane damage in. Timbersaw's going to rotate, though.
Oh, that's a nice rotation. I like this. Making sure that your tier 1 mid tower does not get pressured this early on. Funnick going to wherever No-Tail goes to push.
Turn around with the Wolves and Necronomicon. Telling Thompson, you are not going to pressure me.
Yeah. Every bit of damage on that tower adds up, so he probably saves like a good 400 or 500 damage with that TP in.
I think they spotted that. They know that Saksa was over here. Missed the Maledict. Cast finally goes down. He's going to need some good Wolf body blocking here to get this kill, but the telekinesis from Saksa took that Wolf that was in front. Said, lead me. Puts it behind him. Mid one, going to be chased down once again. That Whirling Death isn't quite enough. The Timber Chain through, but mid one bounces over to the side with a Burrow Strike, but the Chakram on point. Keeps on reading where mid one's going to go. Cuts him down. Kasadi, he's going to live. Well, he died, but the Diabolic Edict will get the kill on Thompson. So he ends up trading 1 for 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, very action-packed early game here. Very kind of unconventional. It doesn't feel like there was being a laning stage for a lot of these heroes. It's like being 3v3 mid. Nature's Prophet's just been roaming around with the Rubik. Shaker's just been all over the map as well. So.
Yeah, the analytical websites will say this was a mid lane with 3 heroes in it and 2 solo lanes on the sides.
I wonder which side they will say is one.
Yeah.
These 3 heroes versus those 2 heroes in the mid lane, and so came out on top.
Going for that straight Necronomicon. Nyx just poked at by Thompson, just seeing if he can
Get a response out of him, maybe if Shapeshift goes down or a support teleports.
Very even game in terms of overall net worth and gold. 5 of the 6 cores have almost identical net worth around that 4K mark. Mid one slightly behind, but even, you know, he's a Sand King. He can still have impact with the levels.
I like this, where Funnick kind of sets the Leshrac up to be able to take that tower's top, and
there's a shapeshifted Lycan chasing him.
Oh, he needs to be able to. Okay, the save from the song.
Shapeshift is going to wear off.
Can they blow him up? They don't have Ether Rim, but they can set it up with a Dissimulate. Nice with the telekinesis, they get the kill. The paralyzing cast bounces back. Thompson's a little bit low. He tries to get it with Maposhka, but not able to. Thompson lives. They get 2 kills off of that song, and maybe a third as Roger's going to be chased down. A Sprout. Treant's trying to get in front of him. Roger making his way around. He's going to be fine. Maybe the Courier of Timbersaw won't be. It's boosted up, hasted, as it makes its way to give the Hood of Defiance over to Timbersaw. I love the way that OG immediately bounced away from that bottom lane. As soon as Timbersaw showed up and made a gank play mid, the heroes that were bottom start rotating through the jungle.
Yep. Yeah, Funnick's not really been able to see any hero except the Sand King.
Oh, what?
Was that a farming echo?
I don't know.
I heard it.
Did he think that was the real Naga Siren? I doubt it, but at the same time, it wasn't even that much farm.
Okay.
And he's not even that close to his Blink Tagger either. Well, maybe that's... well.
Funnick's got his Hood now. You can't really touch Funnick's Timbersaw, so I think OG's done a really good job of just playing keep away.
Yep.
even though he's got 3 kills, all of those are just on Sand King mid one when he's managed to outplay him. He's never gone to see any of these supports or the Naga in his lane. So I think Funny's impact on this game has been somewhat negated by just OG avoiding him, as is generally the game plan. Like, you don't want to go to Timbersaul's lane and try gank him. It's not worth your time.
At the same time, HellRaisers, they've done an okay job of keeping their towers alive and not trading it away while simultaneously taking top tower. Bigger question is that they can get mid. That'd be a big one. Mid one does have the Maledict on him, blocked out by the Sprout. Funnick on the hunt here, but the Chakram, it's going to be a bit too late to be able to get the kill on the Sand King.
Yeah, they may go for No-Tail instead. His Nature's Prophet getting caught by the Yules.
Definitely catching him, but a 5-position kill while OG, they got a little bit more chip damage on that mid tower.
This is the item they've been waiting for, though. This Yule's Lesh is the setup and the kill threat they've kind of been lacking. Before now, it's just been like a fissure set up into a Lesh stun or something, but now the Leshrac can make plays for himself while the Shaker farms Blink, for example.
Yeah, there is a slight animation, longer one for Dissimulate and a very slight animation for Astral Steps, so maybe he can catch Thompson here. The Fissure and the Yules going out at the same time, so that will definitely miss the kill as a result of anything. The pull back of the Aether Remnant. Thompson, he wants to get aggressive here. The Dissimulate damage, almost enough to finish off Kasani. He needs a few more hits though, a few more swings, and he does get the last one. The neutral creep took it. It wasn't Thompson. Kasani killed Thompson first before he died to the neutral creep pretty much at the same time. 2 go down on the side of OG. The neutral creep deny means HellRaisers very happy with that exchange as they push mid.
It actually ended up mattering that he didn't have Echo Slam too, because in my head I'm like, you know, it's 12 minutes in, he doesn't have Blink. That Echo Slam, yeah, it's kind of wasted, but at the same time, usually you never use Echo for the first 15 minutes of the game. If he had Echo there, Leshrac would have been more than okay. But yeah, still HellRaisers immediately turn it into a tier 1 tower. They TP bottom to keep that tier 1 alive. Both their mid and bottom towers very low, and it looks like they will deny the bottom one, but as you kind of mentioned, they've done a really good job keeping them alive for as long as they have.
Stolen Death Ward. Not amazing, but okay. Looks like No-Tail wanted to slow down Kasani and using his own body to be able to do so. Mid one is going to be able to catch up, hits the Burrow Strike with the Death Ward that was stolen earlier. It means Kasani, he's okay.
Poshka, you don't give Death Ward away. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, gotta pop that Voodoo Restoration immediately afterwards.
But luckily for Leshrac, it does not give them enough damage to bring him down. As Lesh is off to a fantastic start. After farming that stat gain, this Yule Scepter has died a few times, but has all the farm that he needs to have a good impact on this game and to help deal with this Naga Siren.
Blink Dagger flying in for mid one, so watch out for those big epicenters. Almost has level 2 epicenter as well. So this may come to a point where they can finally deal with the Timbersaw. They blow everything they have sort of deal.
Oh, and Shaker, Roger's got his Blink now. 15 minutes in, very good timing on the Blink Dagger. So he's matching mid one, who's the offlaner.
Yeah, that is quite good. Mid one. He stalled it up for a Soul Ring and a Magic Wand, but there's no like big first item that he got into the Blink Dagger. It's not like he has a Veil of Discord.
So we'll see HellRaisers probably try and bait around this Leshrac as much as possible. Kasani, yeah, he's just sitting in this mid lane, showing himself. Shaker seeing behind. No Dire Vision has scouted out this Blink Dagger yet.
Thompson going for a full physical damage build with the Crystallis.
Roger's doing a good job just sitting behind cores while staying in fog. They then plant sentries to check for wards. They're like, okay, we want to know if they've seen this Blink because that can kind of affect your next move, so they make sure there's no wards. And they know that OG are not baiting Thompson mid necessarily.
That means since they know, oh, the counter from mid one, a nice 2-man Burrow Strike. The Echo Slam goes out, but Thompson already jumped away. He gets the Aether Remnant pulling back in Kasani to his doom. Nyx, he's going to try and rectify this, but he's immediately met by a Song of the Siren. OG setting up. Are they going to try and take this fight? Looks like they may be out of ammo here. Very happy with the exchange of a 1-for-2 and a Shapeshift used for nothing there.
Just great read from OG. They did that without vision. They hadn't seen the Blink Dagger. HellRaisers go for that because of the fact they realize there's no Observer Wards. And Funnick maybe going to die for this one as well. He's got some decent stacks up on the reactive armor.
That stolen chakram putting in the pure damage work mixed with Thompson's burst from the dissimilate. It's enough to get another kill, and all of a sudden this game turns around. It was looking okay for HellRaisers, but all of a sudden OG strike hard and fast, and they pulled back that net worth lead to even. The experience still slightly favoring Kasani and the rest of HellRaisers, but maybe now Kasani's gonna die. In his haste, he tries to throw out the stun immediately, misses onto No Tail, and can't even get that 5 position dead before he dies.
No Tail's just been this. He's kind of playing this 5 position Nature's Prophet as an initiator, just TPing somewhere to sprout and buy time for other people to show up. And it's working out kind of fantastically. Anytime they have a numbers advantage, he's just going as aggressive as possible. And OG are just running around the map, running at them. After getting that Sand King Blink counter initiation mid, they're feeling really confident about where things stand.
Call that the face gank, you know? You don't initiate with a stun, you just initiate it with your body. I'm
like
here,
that.
hit me.
Just TP in and start like body blocking them as much as possible.
Yeah.
I've not seen much of Sumail because he's just been hitting creeps. He's got a Butterfly almost completed as his first major item. Yasha Butterfly is a very greedy build, and one that's going to make him pretty hard to kill against the Lycan and his summons and all the right-click damage, so...
But isn't it really easy for Timbersaw and... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't protect you against Timbersaw and Leshrac. I guess it doesn't... It's not like Manta would help any better against those heroes, but still.
I guess it's just a farming item, but yeah, Manta is normally the first time you get just for that farming speed that the extra illusions give you, so... Sumail is a different idea.
Maybe this is some of his own personal take on carry Naga Siren and how it needs to work.
Like, I don't see him ever really team fighting and using his illusions in these fights when HellRaisers have heroes like Lesh and Shaker alive, and Timbersaw. I mean, they've got 3 heroes that just blow up his illusions, so... He's probably itemizing somewhat just for his like main hero to be more of a carry this game.
Saksa. They see him taking the shrine. He's going to jump forward. Echo slams him, tries to hit the Fisher, but there's the song from Sumail. OG was very well set up here. The Furion half broke the smoke, and everybody will get out.
They were perfectly in sync with those TPs. That was impressive. Usually it's like the Naga has to be the last one to TP out, but they just TP'd at the identical times.
Or maybe that says something about Sumail.
Yeah.
He's like, y'all better get out. I'm leaving.
He's like, yeah, I've done my job. He timed his TP to start as soon as the stun's on the...
Yeah, he's like, if you guys didn't pick up on the memo, we're out. Y'all want to stick around, be my guest. 20-minute bounty runes are out in the open, and No Tail running in, picks that one up, and then promptly dies.
He's dying for the cause.
Hashtag worth for the 5 position.
Absolutely. Get the intel and get more gold for your team than you lose, so more than happy with that one. I feel like HellRaisers are going to be very reliant on their BKB timings this game when you're playing against this Sand King counter initiation and I mean, Void Spirit, Rubik, all these heroes. Like, Leshrac can't really be running in like we saw in the mid lane without a BKB.
Oh, really? Just gonna pop shapeshift, huh?
He's pulling the Sumail like, I'm out. Let's just shapeshift my way to the nearest neutral camps.
I guess so. All I know is I'm looking at Thompson, and I see some big boy items. I see Crystallis, I see Desolator, combined with the magic damage burst of the Sand King as well. I feel like this Leshrac, and even the Timbersaw, they're going to have a hard time.
Yeah, these BKBs may not be that effective on heroes like Lesh. You have a Void Spirit with these kind of items. Thompson saying, yeah, I'm not going for any ag shenanigans. This is all about the... And you need single target damage. You've got a Naga. This is just a hero that's going to keep sending illusions in, pushing out waves, slowly whittling away at heroes. You need somebody who's like, I'm going to go into this hero and they're going to die. They're going to die quick. And that's what Thompson's... That's his goal here.
10 to 10. 21 minutes in. OG having a slight lead. 1K net worth. That's about how far ahead the Naga Siren is over the Lycan. But both teams
kind of poking at each other, but it seems to be they're both somewhat confident in their ability to go a little bit later.
Yeah, it's like you say, they both seem confident at the same time in their late game prowess.
And so if their moves aren't quite connecting, especially HellRaisers, feels like a lot of their moves, that last smoke, that shapeshifted bottom lane, not finding any kills, they're not able to make a whole lot of moves with that. They just keep on farming. They do get the kill on No Tail, but it may be traded out here. Nice. The Yule's stopping that epicenter.
They still have ways to cancel his TP out with the Rubik, though, so they gotta walk their way back, and Roger syncs up with them to make sure they get out. Oh, Funnick elsewhere.
Get it? Oh!
Sumail gets a solo kill.
Okay. Sumail killing Funnick. That was wild, but also the telekinesis. They're stopping a TP, and because they stopped Kasani's TP, I believe they stopped somebody else's as well, so they make sure nobody gets caught there. How did that not
Echo Slam.
bring down a Timbersaw? Echo, okay. Fisher goes out. Is he going to be able to get off the Sagas? Already tries, but the Yule Scepter's there first. Now the Split Earth to chain it. Big pickup. Can HellRaisers get a little something going here? Can they get some momentum? Is there a Roche? Is there a tower? What can we do?
It's only 40-second respawn timer, so the good news for Sumail is you're on the enemy side of the map. At most, maybe they get one out of tower. I think Roshan's probably the bigger price to claim at this point.
Yeah, No Tail, he wants to check that out, and I feel like they're not going to get anything between the shapeshift being down and the bottom lane pushing in so heavily. They gotta do some lane maintenance here.
I think it's just so risky. You know that Sumail's respawn timer is as low as it is. He's going to be TPing to that outpost near the Roshan pit once he respawns. So lane maintenance and one more item syndrome. They want to get those BKBs up. I think that's their big timing. They don't. It's less so that HellRaisers are really confident in going super late game against OG. It's more like they can't play aggressive until they have BKBs. We saw that at the mid tier 2 tower when they went in with the fissure into Blink Echo Slam initiation. That mid one interrupted. Until they have BKBs, they can't make these aggressive plays.
Okay, so Grant eloquently described to us that there is a difference between a power spike and a power peak. He says peak, that's definitive. There is only one peak. That is the highest peak. That is the biggest difference between you and the enemy team. So is BKBs a power spike for HellRaisers or a power peak, gods?
I think you're setting this one up, but it feels like the power peak.
Okay.
I think that's as good as it gets. There will be other power spikes after this peak, but they won't be as high relative to where OG is at that point.
Sure. This will be the point where Naga Siren is still exposed to a lot of this magic damage and can still be bursted down. You start talking about later games, sure, HellRaisers maybe can still win, but it's going to be a Naga Siren that is fully kitted up, not just the heart that he's building up now, but things like Scotty, which, it's a pretty good item this game, actually. It's good against the Timbersaw.
I think they'll want to try take over the game, take over the map with these BKBs. The problem is how annoying OG are with this split push, the Naga illusions, the Nature's Prophet. So I don't know if there's any real items that allow you to fully take over the map without killing OG or OG maybe misstepping, because
look at this. This is aggression, man. The OG played bottom, scared away HellRaisers, get those bounty runes. At the same time, No Tail was able to TP to the other side, gets a third bounty rune, and denies a fourth with his Treants, because nobody was there. HellRaisers just got completely shut out.
And a lot of this gold difference is those bounty runes right now.
Yeah, this is HellRaisers maybe in their fervor to be able to get that next round of items. You're giving up a bit too much space to OG.
I think the one question for me with OG is, are they going to run into damage issues in the late game? Like, how well can this Void Spirit do as like a kind of hero killing carry with this build that he's going for?
Oh no, Kasani is going to be forced to use his BKB, and OG are like, great, that's all we wanted.
Yeah, that was almost a panic BKB. Like, mid one stun is on cooldown there, but I guess he's worried about what follow-up is or isn't there.
Sure, if all of a sudden Thompson's going to show himself. Thompson, though, is bottom lane, farming it up. He is going to try and get a Silver Edge, so that's interesting. That's an interesting build-up for a way to try and counter this Timbersaw, I guess.
Yeah.
No complete out Daedalus? That's what I expected, right? Just max out on the one-hit crit.
Yeah, he's I guess, going to be taking over more of those killing duties, and Silver Edge one of the better ways to be able to threaten this Timbersaw. Because, yeah, none of these other heroes, it's amazing against. Lycan, his passive, definitely useful to maybe break it, but he's going to be zooming around the map, so not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, and Shadowblades and Silver Edges have these weird timings, right? Where it's like earlier on, you get it. Well, supports are starved, they're trying to get boots and stuff, they can't afford dust and sentries galore. And then later on to the game, well, cores, they just don't have the item slots to carry dust anymore.
Yes. Yeah, when like offlaners get 6 slotted and can't carry dust or gem or something, and supports are just dying. Like a Witch Doctor is not. If he's your only detection, like that's a problem. Faker as well. He's sitting back.
He's like, guys, I don't want to be in range of dusting him in the first place.
Yeah, you always want to have one hero on the front lines with detection.
Samael goes a little fishing, catches himself a Timbersaw, but it's mid one with 2-man Burrow Strike. Can they get some follow-up onto that? Well, they're focusing onto this Timbersaw with the help of the Maledict. It looks like he may just die, but Funnick slides away with the Timber Chain. He's out, No Tail's dead. Mid one, Saksa, No Tail, all gone, and now a chase down as the Shapeshift going off. They're going to push into that mid lane. Looks like those other 2 heroes are a little bit too fast to catch up to, so instead they'll just go for this tier 2 perhaps, or maybe Roshan.
And
Something.
Well, they had the BKB. That wasn't even necessarily about them playing around their BKBs. That was them playing around their Timbersaw. I think OG make a mistake they've yet to kind of make this game, which was going on Funnick when his team's sitting behind him. They killed him a couple of times when he's alone and they have numbers, but all of HellRaisers were playing behind him, using him as bait. Funnick had 21 charges and Hood, which he didn't even use there. I'm pretty sure he was doing that intentionally to just keep OG like committing to the fight and baiting him. We'll see it here. Like they're still trying to kill him here. He's not even close to going down. And mid one gets a nice stun initiation on the backlines, but Funnick is keeping all the other heroes away, acting as a wall for the rest of the OG lineup.
Like HellRaisers doing a great job, but I just wish, like if they'd been a bit more decisive, I think Roshan was theirs. You know, if they didn't run into mid lane at all and just ran straight to the Roshan pit, I just can't believe that they win a big fight like that and still have yet to be able to claim an Aegis. They know that he's there, and mid one, he just acted like he couldn't see him. He's like, well, I don't see this Earthshaker invisible right next to me. I'm going to go blink on a mid hero. They're going to catch him. Kasani taking so much damage. Jesus, look at that burst, but he does save himself with the BKB Essence Ring. He pops the Song of Sirens so they can focus Kasani down because he's the only one that's not slumbering by the tier 2. Now Samael, they can clean up the back line. Nyx is coming in. A buyback now from both the supports and the Leshrac. They're going to go and finish off Samael here. They're saying he used his escape mechanism. Damn it, kill him! They're going to be able to bring him down with the help of the Shapeshift and Funnick. Timber chaining through, reveal No Tail, and get a stun, and they've got a second kill on their hands. Was it worth the stun? Oh, a Burrow Strike epicenter! Can they do this? The magic damage, it pops Nyx almost, and it brings down Kasani. Funnick is the last man standing alone against that OG wave that crashes into them, tumbles them out, 4 dead, 3 with no buyback. And maybe a 5th?
They know he's here.
They know he's here. They've got the AoE to catch him, and Roger makes it 5.
Holy moly. That was like 8 kills or something in total with the buybacks. A 5k gold swing. You know, that's the Dota we know and love. You win a team fight, a big gold swing as a result. It did only happen because of the buybacks, but what a massive, massive team fight. All set up by mid one. And HellRaisers got, you know, they just got way too overconfident. They saw that opening to buy back and kill off Sumail, but they just walked into the magic damage of the Sand King and the Void Spirit. We'll see it again here.
HellRaisers buying back, they kill Samael, like boom, they've opened up Roshan. They used to buy back for it, but they've killed Samael. Then they think, well, we've just got to collect some more kills, right?
It makes sense this play. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, yeah, those. I'm thinking right now, like those are good buybacks. Like good call. Like this was a great. This is their power peak. You know, this is when they're meant to be fighting. They're fighting around these BKBs. They caught OG with. They caught the Naga Siren. Keep running at them. Keep getting kills, and then they're thinking the same thing. They're like, this is going great. Good buybacks, guys. Oh shit, mid one's here.
Oh shit, indeed. Thompson. He now has an Aegis. He's got the Orb of Destruction with the Solar Crest and Desolator. So that BKB, that means jack all to Thompson. He is ready to output just pure physical damage and take the Leshrac counter out of the table and let Samael just run in with his Naga Siren.
Yeah, he had a Bloodstone queued up on Kasani, and he's quickly shifted that just to a plate mail. He doesn't even know what plate mail upgrade he's going, whether he's getting a Shivers or a Lotus. He's just like, I need armor. Whatever it is, get that plate mail, then I'll figure it out later. It's no longer about the BKBs. Now the physical damage from OG has well and truly piled up.
He almost has that plate mail, but now he's going to be caught. One wave that would have given him his plate mail, but it was just one wave that OG needed to kill him again. Wicked sick for Thompson, and now the swarm continues. OG see their opportunity. Let's take control, get some vision on the high ground, start poking at the tier 3s.
Yep, and they're going to have multiple lanes pushing in. They're setting up with a smoke behind the Naga Siren and her illusions as well.
Phonic stands in front of one push. OG say, okay, you're dealing with bottom? We'll head mid. Try and defend both lanes at once, will ya? You control up the Timber Saw and allow those all that damage. Tier 3's already dead in the mid lane. Phonic doubling back here into mid, trying to protect it, trying to stop the racks from going down here. But the Song of Siren allowing OG to get back, all except Saksa with the BKB. Wolf chasing down heroes. Don't think he's going to catch mid one, though. That's a little bit too mobile.
OG want to turn and fight now. They know the BKB on Lycan's down.
They see the opportunity to bring down Roger. No buyback for him. 15 seconds till the last rack is up. That is certainly enough time to be able to bring down this melee barracks, and even more if they can finish off Phonic. Lead off the Burrow Strike. Stun him up a little bit longer. Phonic is tanky, though. Timber Chain, he wanted to go through them, but couldn't quite make it. Turn around, Chakram. Thompson's getting a little bit low, but he's high enough damage to bring down the Timber Saw first. He buys back. No tail. Leading them on a bit of a chase. He will die for it. Melee Rax doesn't go down. Mid one's a little bit low. Phonic on round 2 might just be able to get the kill. Nice, clean Timber Chain. Cuts right past that coupling of trees and heads through Timber Saw. But now they're going to be able to get Thompson. He managed to get the kill on the Witch Doctor on his way out, but he never made it out. He gets put in the grave, and a couple heroes that don't have buyback. Can HellRaisers, they didn't lose melee racks. Can they take some control back of this game?
Yeah, they're probably going to be eyeing it off. They've got a decent-sized window here. Lycan Shapeshift coming back up, but I think a big problem right now is just their confidence is probably shattered. They're probably thinking like, well, we missed our timing. We just got to go super late game, keep farming, keep getting some more items. So even though they win a fight and maybe have the ability to take some of these out of towers, I think they've just lost any confidence to make plays on the map. They're going to just be continuing to farm, which until they win like another fight or two, I think they're just going to be letting OG control the tempo of this game and just playing defend the high ground.
Yeah, and I don't like the sound of that with so many split pushing opportunities available with Nature's Prophet Naga Siren, and then the song allowing people to get out. Feels like OG is going to have really good ways to poke at you and see how you react. And once you do make an error, OG will capitalize.
Yeah, and you inevitably have to split up to deal with the constant lane pressure in all 3 lanes, and that's where OG have been so good at finding those openings. But
Feels a little bit like we're watching that Flight of Moon earlier. You know how they were just like, it felt like they were never compelled to be like, we won this fight, let's take the next fight on their side of the map.
yeah, every single fight is just happening on there. So even when they get a couple of kills or win a fight kind of with the respawns as we saw there, it's not leading to a whole lot. And if anything, what's going to lead to...
You want to talk about taking risks and trying to end the game? My man Thompson says, I'll show you how it's done, HellRaisers. We're going to make this an entertaining game one way or another. Divine Rapier time.
It's on. Rapier into A on disc. Okay, no, he says Satanic instead.
Okay.
I was about to say A on disc. Those are like... I mean, the items make sense together, but at the same time, it's like you have the confidence to get a Rapier, but not enough confidence to not have a Aeon disc. But yeah, they've got kind of have some damage problems on the OG side, and I think they just want to try be able to burst and blow up heroes that get gone on by mid one's Blink Burrow Strike. They've got plenty of control and lockdown. The Burrow Strike, the Telekinesis, the Aether Remnant, so damage output's the name of the game.
So obviously this means very little because you're still giving up a Divine Rapier. But at least there isn't a good hero on HellRaisers to really have it.
Yeah.
It's only the Lycan, and he's okay, but not amazing.
I imagine that's a big part of Thompson's confidence to get this item is like, even if he loses it, they're still in an
Oh,
okay
an attempt
spot.
to jump forward and catch Roger. They get the telekinesis, but they miss the burrow strikes. Can he survive? He's going to be able to turn around, hit the enchant Totem Fissure that is leading him into the Death Ward trap. Looks like Midwan's going to go down, and they couldn't even finish off Roger. Kasani's going to stay alive. That intense physical damage. The BKB, can he get a bash? He gets it. He brings him down. Get the
doesn't see the
divine.
rapier.
He didn't get it.
Sumail got
It's
it.
left on the ground. Sumail picks it up. He's going to try and get out of here. Do they have a stop? Do they have a stop? They have a fissure that stopped the TP. Oh no, Thompson, what have you done? Have you just thrown this game? Sumail, there's no way out now. Surely, HellRaisers. They say, aha.
They don't even know there's a rapier. That's the hilarious thing.
Guys.
They haven't seen it. That's when he killed Thompson. I'm because he had a quelling blade in his inventory, which he didn't actually drop. So he didn't realize Thompson had a rapier. I thought they would have clicked Sumail and realized, okay, they probably would be like, wait, Sumail's a rapier? What the hell?
Oh my god,
but
the courier's flying out.
It.
The courier's going. Sumail's like, I think it's still there. No Tail's like, you're right. I'll check, buddy. Bing, ding, ding. They found a divine rapier. It's recovered, boys.
What?
Round 3 is still a go.
Dota's a beautiful game sometimes. And in this case, it's one that HellRaisers are going to be looking back on like, this was not a beautiful game.
It's a beautiful mess. That's what this is. Oh, no. Kasani apparently just couldn't tell because he got hit by Astral Step, right? And he was like, damn, that was a chunk and a half of damage.
It's definitely like you're in this crazy team fight. You're not clicking enemy heroes. Like you're always clicking them during the downtime, but in the middle of a team fight, you're not usually clicking them to check their items. I think they probably had an opportunity to click Sumail as they're killing him because they know this is just like the free cleanup kill, but ultimately nobody clicked him, nobody saw it. And I think most obviously you see the little icon, but rapier icon, it's not like Gem. Gem, there's this bright green glow around it. I'm sure HellRaisers like Ice Frog. Yeah, we need a rapier glow.
We need a golden circle glow like the gem does. There was like the Timbersaw body remnants that was kind of covering up the divine rapier a little bit.
So yes, it's kind of a mistake, but it's also one like you understand exactly how it's happened. Like I've seen that happen in other games before. That happens in pub games all the time where some guy dies with a rapier and nobody actually realizes.
Yeah, they like the first time it dropped in the trees, right? So they couldn't see it.
Yep.
The Void Spirit was
and
like jumping in and out.
Picked it up too.
Like, he instantly picked it up. And then when they've got Nagasire dead to rights, they're probably thinking, okay, where do we push next? Like, what's going on? They're probably looking around the map. No Tail, he's going to block him up. He's going to use his body to make sure they get a fight here. But is it a good fight, though? The BKB shapeshift has already gone down. Sumail has used his song. The Wolf, the BKB is going to wear out. And that will allow Midwan to be able to get away for a moment. Bob's the Sandstorm, the Necronomicon minions, they still see him. The Lestrek is here, but a lot of illusions are on top of him. Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. Kasani says, where did he get that divine rapier? Well, I don't know. HellRaisers, though, they've cornered Midwan. The Yule Scepter, no Burrow Strike up, and they actually dispel away that Yule Scepter. No time to be able to get off a Burrow Strike. He's dead with no buyback. A jump forward from Roger doesn't quite catch Saxa.
He
blinked for blink with the spider legs. A fissure that misses because he tucked a little bit up.
I hope they've seen the rapier now.
Surely, Kasani.
The great thing is, psychologically, they probably think he just bought it. So they're probably not even tilted by this at all. They're probably like, guys, Void Spirit's a rapier. Watch out.
Oh, Roger saw him for a moment. Ran through him for a second there, thanks to the spider legs cutting the trees down. And he had the gem to be able to spot him, but wasn't quite fast enough to click him with the Yules or the Echo Slam. No Tail once again gets the double bounties.
Yeah, that's one of the views of this 5-position Prophet. Such good map control when you can get those easy deep wards, deep bounty rune snipes.
I won't even try and hide it, gods. At this point, I want HellRaisers to win this. Because I will feel so bad for them if they lose to just not seeing a divine rapier. Oh, God. The humanity of it. Thompson just pop, pop. Astral Step in, Astral Step out, and Witch Doctor's dead.
Yep. Do you think it's, if this was like a bigger match, like a TI, should OG have like ult chat been like, by the way, I had rapier, just to like throw them off?
Oh shit, that would be the next level play. Gods, you're evil.
Because what if they realize, like, they probably just like, they didn't even realize they had rapier, but like, you can get in their head.
Oh, Nyx, what have you done? I don't know about that split pushing attempt, my friend. He could still get out because he's got some time on Shapeshift BKB, but I feel like that was a risk you didn't have to take. Oh, they got him!
That range.
He didn't run far enough. There was the song. There was the long-range stun from the Rubik.
That's a long Aether Lens splitter cast range, with
Why
the
wouldn't
Spider
you-
likes to catch up.
Why wouldn't you at least tuck into the trees? You still had Shapeshift going.
No, he could have ran. I guess he thought the BKB was wearing off. I mean, it ended up wearing off. That's why he got hit by the stun. Maybe he was just like, oh wait, my BKB's ending. Better TP soon. But yeah, absolutely. Could have kept running, tucked himself in.
All right, Aegis and Cheese. OG, go do that. Secure your Divine Rapier, please.
They've scouted out. They've seen it. Find a Minotaur Horn. Thompson rocking the Orb of Destruction. I think he's more than happy with this item. There's not really any tier 4 item that's better than it, I think, for the way he's itemized.
Yeah. Havoc Hammer for mid one. Same goes with the Timber Saw. Both the Strength Heroes rocking that one. They do have Aghanim Scepter on the Timber Saw, so another offensive way to try and deal with this Naga Siren, but not the greatest ways to deal with Thompson. I feel like he's the biggest problem right now that he's got his level 25. That crit damage, the 160% crit with the Divine Rapier and Crystallis.
Oh, for sure. That is massive boost in his power.
Okay, do you go all offense, like you were saying with the orb, or I was thinking the one item that could be in consideration is Magic Lamp?
Have they... I don't think they found a Magic Lamp. Oh, they did find a Magic Lamp?
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
Samael just revealed that one. So if you get hit by a stun somewhere, right? You get hit by a Fissure, you know, at random when you try and jump in or something, like, and then you get chain stunned.
I think you consider it, but your job is just to blow people up, so you kind of just be like, well, I'm just going to play carefully, I guess.
Sure.
I feel so many times I see people with Magic Lamp and it doesn't actually save them because it's kind of like a worse Aeon disc because you don't get that temporary invulnerability that goes with it. But yeah, for now, no need when you've got an Aegis. And HellRaisers get a moment to consider what's going on here with Thompson's DC.
Yeah. As our minigame said, that was disappointing. Felt like we were building up this nice crescendo for OG to go high ground. They've got Aegis, Cheese, Divine Rapier. They've got damage out the booty. And another 15 seconds for that Lycan. Let's see. What do we have on HellRaisers, though? Besides the Aghanim Scepter, what does Kasani have? He has the Witless Shaco plus, what was his most recent item, I guess?
The
I actually don't
Bloodstone.
know.
He got
Okay.
Plate Mail into Bloodstone.
Okay. Shadowblade for Roger, so he's got a better chance of hitting a nice initiation.
Yep.
Did go for the Fissure range, though.
These are small power spikes. They've passed their peak. I think OG, I guess this Rapier's their power peak. I mean, I don't know if it's one of those things. Their lineup just kind of remains stronger than HellRaisers. They're not necessarily in a rush. There's definitely ways they can lose this game. They're not like the clear favorites here in the late game, but it's much easier for them to play with all their lane shove and the map control that they've got.
Yeah, you still have one or two more items that can fit into the Naga Siren. Hell, even the later game Aghanim Scepter is pretty insane on Naga. The percentage base heal. 70% heal in total.
Yeah, playing against like the AoE damage of heroes like Timber, Lesh, and Shaker, it actually is one of those games where it can have a pretty decent impact.
We've seen how many times Nyx is trying to run somebody down during Song of Siren. He just sometimes barely gets the kill before his BKB wears out.
Actually, unable to necessarily just go straight at the high ground, even with the Aegis. It's not on a building hitter. It's on a hero killer, which means sometimes high ground is still not the easiest thing in the world. And also, it's kind of that point where one lane of Rex isn't going to matter a whole lot. It's much more about winning a fight, and then the game can just end.
Okay, so this is really big. They now have a Scythe for the Timber Saw. I wasn't sure what his next item was going to be. He decides the point-and-click catch on the Void Spirit would be really good.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned they had no real way of dealing with Thompson. It's up until this point just been the Shaker stun, so Funnick says, I'm going to add some additional control. Definitely can't see any more better items that Funny could have gotten other than this, really. There's no obvious pickups for him.
No tail. Getting the vision behind the tower. That's what he thinks anyway. But HellRaisers had already planned that out with sentries in place.
Yep. Is he going to ward here even? He's...
And if he does, like, how quickly does HellRaisers notice, and do they catch No Tail in the act?
He instantly TPs afterwards.
Yeah.
They ping it, so they know he's there. I guess that's why he didn't plan it right away. He was waiting for his teleport to cool down. Because they were ready for that. So they played against their fair share of nature's prophets doing these kind of shenanigans. They've got a sentry on both sides of the throne.
We see an opening onto mid one. Are they actually going to take this, though? It's outside of the base. A little bit scary. The Fisher hits 2. They're going to pop the shapeshift now. They're going to commit, and the Song of Siren will be thrown out in turns. So if they want to continue chasing, it's going to be way outside their base. And Funnick says he's not afraid. He's going to lead offside device. Okay, he does have the agents. They're going to follow with the Echo Slam. They will manage to take down the first life. Can they get him on a second stun? So OG fighting to be able to create some space. The Epicenter's going to go down. They manage to hit him with the Invisiblade, though. Thompson, he's dead. That side, the Divine, it's on the deck, and it looks like, have they picked it up?
Where is it?
I don't know.
It's on Leshrac. Leshrac got it.
Oh, Leshrac picked it up. It doesn't go to the Lycan, but at that point in time, it was more important to take away from OG than anything else.
They want more kills now.
And they're searching for him, but they've already ducked away into the side of the map. Looks like Samael and Saxa, they're good to go.
What a beast, Funnick, with that Hex pickup, making all the difference.
And now the real Samael has shown himself without a Song of Siren. He was trying to do a little split pushing. He actually goes to the Abyssal Blade. Kasani in some trouble, but Yule Scepter's himself. A lot of magic damage is still flowing out there. Kasani is putting it out. It looks like he's going to be okay. Samael chased out by Funnick, calling for his team. Focus on the carry, guys, but they want mid one. He's Burrow Strike to the right-hand side. He's away, but Samael is not. He pops his cheese, but surrounded by so many enemies. I don't know how he could possibly even get a kill in this situation. Kited around non-stop, and eventually will fall. Samael is dead. Mid one, he can't even TPO out. He was away. But Funnick, a Nedler, deadly, Scythe, Vice, 4 dead on the side of OG, rather.
And Saxa pushing up pretty fiery. He's lucky to still be alive. He TP'd out in front of Lycan, who didn't get any bashes on a couple of right clicks.
Mid one could have gotten out. Saxa could have gotten out. Maybe one of them will actually still escape, though. Saxa, he blinks away, finds a bounty rune. He's all right.
Can HellRaisers push the other side of the map with this? They've got the mid lane pushed up really deep. No boots of travel on Lycan or Shaker. They're actually hunting in this bottom lane. Funnick's like, all right, I guess I'm not only responsible for killing off their rapier carry and doing it all myself, I have to push all by myself as well. He's asking his team, where the hell are you guys? As we'll take another look at this fight, but Funnick is...
I can't believe they popped out. Like, I can't believe Samael showed his hero outside.
Yeah,
like, why didn't you pop
safe.
the illusions and throw the illusions into lane and split push that way? And at least, you know, then HellRaisers doesn't have the confirmation that you're in the trees. Maybe you already TP'd out.
And like we saw with like No Tail earlier, only do that play once you have your TP back up.
Oh, the Fisher going down, just managed to hit a couple. Nyx was trying to get the kill onto the Rubik, but a Ghost Scepter is able to protect him, and mid one still hidden away inside of the Sandstorm. Doesn't hit that Burrow Strike, but still the Shapeshift is out, and HellRaisers, they should get back. They do not want to lose this team fight. They'll feed away the Divine Rapier back. No Tail TP's in super aggressively, wanting to keep HellRaisers from retreating. Mid one's trying to do the same here, but can't land those Burrow Strikes, just a step or two behind. Chakram trying to flush mid one out of his Sandstorm, but he's still okay. 2 men. Oh, great that's cast. A nice Fisher into the Paralyzing Cats. Get to an Echo Slam. A nice Wombo combo. Can it take them both down? Samael, he jumps in, going straight for Kasani, trying to deal with this Leshrac that is killing all of his illusions, but he can't quite kill him quickly. Now he's got the Maledict on him. He's trying to run away. The Song of Siren. Is he out? But the Maledict, it did too much damage. He took so much. A clean cut through from Funnick. Cuts mid one down. He's dead. 2 minutes. No buyback, and another long timber chain catches Saxa, slows him down with the Shivas. He says, here boy, Nyx. He comes chasing on through to collect his bone. He gets the kill onto 1, not 2. Thompson falls as well. No buybacks left on this side of OG. It is HellRaisers marching through the mid. It doesn't matter that they missed the Divine Rapier once. They got it the second time and will claim game 3.
Yeah, they're thinking in their heads, guys, we did a great job. As soon as he bought Rapier, we focused him down, took the Rapier. And then they're probably going to go check their social media being like, oh, what this happened, you know?
If we get them on the post-game interview, I really hope our panel asks about